And as you can see right here, $10,000. $10,000 with no business? What if I told you that there was a way to unlock over $10,000 in business funding without even having a real business? Think that I'm lying? Keep watching, because in today's video, I'm gonna uncover a powerful strategy for all of my startups and brand new entrepreneurs that are looking to get in the business world. We're gonna explain how to actively do this, how to do everything without having an LLC, and then I'm gonna walk you at the end on how to break everything down on applications to get approved for $10,000. So what I want you to do right now is go grab your pen and paper. No, seriously, go grab your pen and paper. And without further ado, let's dive in. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so if you have a business set up right now, but you don't have an LLC, but you are looking to get business funding, then this is what you're gonna value yourself as: a sole proprietor. Now, what is a sole proprietor? A sole proprietorship is one of the most simplest and common types of business structures, okay? You don't have to file any paperwork or pay any fees to start one. You're literally one, okay? And if you're doing freelance work, selling goods, online or anything of that nature, offering a service, like hair, cosmetics, anything of that nature, and you haven't legally formed an entity, then you're already acting as a sole proprietor. Now, just to let you know, when it comes to this, there is no actual separation between you and your business. So that means you're literally using your name, your own social security number, and you have to report the income on your personal tax returns, all right? Fast, easy, kinda cheap, all right? But there are some major trade-offs that we also need to talk about. Next, let's actually talk about why an LLC, S corporation, C corp, or anything like that should actually be the goal. I don't want you to stay a sole proprietorship forever. That's not gonna help you. It's gonna start hurting you, eventually. If you're making $1 million as a sole proprietor, then something needs to be done, all right? While a sole proprietorship is easy to start, it doesn't protect you from anything. If your business is ever sued or you get into debt, your personal assets like your house, your savings can 1000% be at risk. But with an LLC or a limited liability company, this gives you a legal barrier, aka a veil. It separates your personal finances from your business. And this is called, again, corporate veil. And with an LLC, you can also use an EIN. And of course, with an EIN, it's like the business social security number, and which means that you don't have to put your SSN on every application. That's just, a big privacy bonus. So while you can start as a sole proprietor, the goal should be to upgrade to an LLC when the time is right, okay? All right, now that I've given you, sole proprietorship, I've also given you basically LLC. So I just want to pin them both together and give you more so the breakdown of both. So basically a sole proprietor versus LLC, the pros and cons. So let's really break down the key differences, starting with sole proprietorship. All right, it's free to start. You don't have to go to LegalZoom.com or anything to do it. There's no legal protection. All right, you do use your social security number. Business and personal finances are mixed, so basically they're intertwined into one. It is beginner friendly, easier for beginners, but it's riskier long term. All right, so you just want to keep all this information in mind when you're doing the sole proprietorship. Now, with an LLC, there is a small fee to actually start. So if you go to LegalZoom or Busy or wherever these, or Secretary of State, any of these locations, you are going to have to pay for this entity, all right? But it does protect your personal assets. You do use the EIN, aka the business's social security number. You can build business credit faster. It's more credible to banks and vendors. And in short, sole prop gets you going, but the LLC is going to take you way further, okay? That's what you need to understand regarding all of this information right here. Now, I'm not saying that you can't get any type of funding with a sole proprietorship. As you can see, like in the beginning of the video, I definitely showed you how you could do that. But I'm just saying, LLC, you want that protection, all right? People are weird out here. So you got to make sure that you're really protecting yourself and your personal assets as well. Also, having an LLC just isn't, all fine and dandy as well, especially when you're first, utilizing your LLC. Sometimes they do mix your personal and your business, aka a Schedule C form. If you're brand new, you're not starting out, or you're just starting out, things of that nature, but you still get the corporate veil with the LLC, all right? It's all about protection, and that's what you guys need to understand. You don't want to use your social security number just for everything, all right? Sometimes you want to separate certain things. There are a few credit card issuers that accept sole proprietorships, okay? There's actually a good amount. A lot of people don't know that, but here's what might surprise you. Some major credit card companies might allow sole proprietors to apply for business credit cards using their personal credit, okay? And one of the most popular ones that you wouldn't believe is American Express. Yes, American Express. They actually allow applications from sole proprietorships without requiring an LLC or an EIN. And on this application, which I'm going to break down later on, you simply just have to put your name as the business and select sole proprietorship as the structure. You're going to use your social security number when it asks you for your tax ID. So that means that you can start building business credit without forming an actual company. The business credit really won't amount to too much because you're not an LLC formed entity, but it's really good for the starter. And as long as your personal credit is strong, you won't have any issues, okay? Now, speaking of your credit being strong, let's actually talk about the requirements that you need to meet before you go out there and try to apply for any business credit cards using your social security number. Number one, you need to understand that you need to have a very, very strong credit score, okay? You need to aim for at least 690 to 720. And if you're dealing with American Express, yours need to be a 700 or better. I'm telling you this from experience, okay? Number two, no recent late payments, collections, charge-offs, none of that, all right? Your credit report needs to be clean. And third, your utilization needs to be extremely low. A lot of people say you need to keep it at 30%. I always tell people to keep it at 0 to 10%. All right, if you use it, just pay it off. All right, that's all you have to do, and then you can continuously move forward from there. Because you want to continuously keep your balances low to show American Express when you apply for the business credit cards that you can handle consumer debt on the personal side, so they can give you that $10,000 on the business side. Okay. Number four, little to no inquiries, okay? Do not get any inquiries in the past 6 months. This is not gonna help you. I'm telling you right now, wipe all the inquiries. If you're not with that, stay in the credit garden until after all of those inquiries actually, season to the point where it doesn't matter anymore, aka 6 months. The 6 month mark, that's when you can go for stuff. But I advise that you just try to wipe the inquiries. And finally, steady personal income. Even as a sole proprietor, banks want you to know that you have money coming in, okay? This is very, very important because if you don't, why in the world would I give you $10,000 if you have no money coming in or you don't have enough money coming in? So if you literally max my card out, I'm gonna be in the red. I'm not gonna get my money back. What am I gonna have to do? You think that these companies like charging off? They don't like doing that, okay? So show them that you could be responsible on paper before you say anything. All right, now in this section, we're actually gonna talk about the credit card that I want you to apply for, and we're just gonna break down everything from here. Now, why the Amex Blue Business Cash Card? The Amex Blue Cash Card is a favorite for new business owners, LLC or sole proprietor. Again, there's no annual fee, and you earn 2% cash back on all purchases up to $50,000 per year, okay? And then after that, it does, drop to 1%. But if you stay within that threshold, you're still gonna continuously get that perk. Also, there's a 0% APR on the first year, okay? Which gives you way more time to invest that $10,000 or whatever they give you. And most importantly, it's easy to qualify for as a sole proprietor with a strong credit profile. And now, if you have all that information set up right here, then what we're gonna do right now is go into the actual application itself, and I'm gonna show you how to get everything set up so you can actually apply and actually be successful at the application, all right? So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, ladies and gents, so now that we're gonna go here, again, I'm gonna break down the whole application process and show you how you can do it as a sole proprietor. As you can see right here, we're on American Express. You can go to the Blue Business Cash Card. Now, you can do the Plus credit card as well. I have seen approvals on both, okay? But just for the making of this video, I'm just gonna use the Blue, Business Cash Card because I talked about it in the video, okay? If you're more so, reward points, you can do that. If you're, cash back, you can do cash back. All right, they're both still 0 APR for 12 months, but let's go ahead and show you how to apply. So we're gonna click on apply. Also, I want to let you know why everything is loading. If you're not a member of if you're not a fan of American Express, especially on the personal side, I do recommend trying to, really establish that, personal relationship with them first before anything, because that's really going to help out, the whole, just really getting you that $10,000, on the business side, because a lot of times, if you don't already establish a relationship with them, sometimes they'll give you like $1,000 limit, $2,000 limit. And if that works for you, then you can use it. But if you don't, then don't utilize this or whatever. Try to establish that personal relationship. But if you just want to take a stab at it, see what happens, I don't blame you. But let's go ahead and get into it, okay? Now, when you get over to the card, this is basically how it's going to look. It's very straightforward, but I'll just want to go through everything with you. Now, number one thing, of course, you're going to do, don't overcomplicate, don't overthink it. Number one, we are going to do email address. So put whatever your email address is, you're going to put this right here. The next thing that you're going to put your legal business name on card, and then DBA, okay? All right, so when you put all the information in right here, it should be your actual email address. It should be your name, whatever it is, and then company DBA. Of course, DBA means, if the company and the name is anything different, all right? But of course, it's sole proprietor. You shouldn't have this, so you should just put company does not have a DBA, all right? Now, when it comes to the business address, I know a lot of people get choked up on this because they think, should I have a brick and mortar or anything like that? Guys, understand that, especially after COVID, a lot of businesses understand a lot of people work from home. So with that being said, really dialing in and actually putting your personal address will work. You can put a virtual address if you want. I don't think you need that. You can easily just put, your personal address and just go from there, all right? So whatever your personal address in, just put that in right here and then just move forward. So once you fill all that information in, then you can go right here, all right? So now, business phone number. Now with this, I really don't advise that you put your personal number. You can, I promise you can. But try to just show try to be a little proactive, all right? If I'm not telling you to go to Verizon or nothing like that and then go get, a second line or nothing like that just to get approved for this. I'm saying try to get a Google Voice number. Try to use these apps that give you A2P, phone numbers and things of that nature. So have it kind of separate, from you, things of that nature. So try to get your phone number. If you don't want to do that, I totally get it. It's fine. You can still put your personal, phone number. Now with this one, industry type. With this one, if you do not see what yours is, please use other. Now, if you're in real estate, please don't click that. Now, if you're in wholesale trade, please don't click that. The reason why is because, number one, you're going in as a sole proprietor, so you're kind of going against, the grain already. Number two, these two locations and these two, categories are high-risk industries. You mean to tell me you're coming in as a sole proprietor and you're in a high-risk industry? We're not approving you for anything. We don't care how nice your credit is. Do you want to go through that? No. So what you want to do is you want to click other, okay? Do not click these. Just click other. Now, with the company structure, you're going to click sole proprietorship, okay? You're not going to click corporation because you're not an LLC or a C Corp or S Corp. If you have a multi-member LLC, you will click partnership. But for this one, we're going to click sole proprietorship. Years in business, ladies and gents, all right? Now, if you've been doing your side hustle or whatever it is for 10 years, you're going to click 6 to 10 years. If you just started it, less than a year, 1 to 2 years. If you've been doing it for 20 years, you can do that as well, okay? There really isn't no wrong answer here. So just choose whatever it is. And then number of employees. You are an employee in your business, all right? So it should be at the minimum 1, okay? So you want to put 1, okay? Because I think if you put 0, I think it gives you an issue. Yep, it gives you an issue. So always put 1. Your gross annual business revenue. Ladies and gents, understand this. They're just asking you, they're trying to tell you to pinpoint where do you think your revenue is going to be. So if you think you're going to make $75,000 this year, put $75,000, okay? If you think that it's going to be $100,000, put $100,000, what you see yourself making this year. Please do not put this. Do not put this, all right? Do not overinflate because they will ask you to, you don't want them to start asking other questions that you don't want, all right? Don't think that if you put more, they're going to be like, oh, yeah, we're going to give them 50,000. No, it doesn't work like that, all right? It has to be ordinary and it has to be necessary. It has to make sense on paper, okay? So don't put anything crazy. If you know you're going to make $50,000 this year, put $50,000 gross, not net. This is before you take out any expenses and things like that. Next, monthly spend. This chokes up a lot of people, okay? This chokes up a lot of people. What you have to understand is do not put $20,000 because you think that's the credit limit that they're going to give you. That is not the case, okay? Please don't put that. If you say that you're going to make $100,000 this year and you put $20,000, all right? 24, 20, 40, 60, 80. In 4 months, you already crossed the gross annual business revenue. So why in the world would they give you that? All right. So please understand that there's a ratio that they play here, a ratio game. So if you know that you're going to use $500 a month, put $500. If you know you're going to use $1,000, put $1,000. At least 1,000 times 12 is only $12,000. Okay. So that works within that veil. Okay. So please understand that moving forward when you try to use these average monthly spends. Now, do people put that crazy numbers and still get approved? Yes, but I don't want American Express to make an example out of you. So please understand that moving forward, be reasonable. All right. Number 2, role in the company. If it's you, just put the owner. You don't have to put president, chairman, all that type of stuff. Just put owner. It's not a big of a deal. All right. Next thing, enter your personal information. It's going to be similar to what we put up here. All right, so you're going to put your information, you're going to fill this in right here, whatever your name is, and then you're going to continuously move forward. You're going to put your name right here as well, all right? You could put my home address is the same as my business address, so they could just automatically fill that in, as you can see right here. Cell phone number, this is your personal number. Now, if you got a Google Voice number, this can be different, all right? So no matter what it is, they're kind of separate. You're going to put your social security number, all right? Your actual social security number because you're a sole proprietor. So whatever it is, that's what you're going to put, okay? Now, date of birth, whatever your date of birth is, that's what you're going to put, all right? That's all the information that you're going to put. Your total income, guys, your total income comes from if you still have a job. If this is your side business and you still get paid for your job, put how much you make on your job, okay? So if you make $70,000 a year, put 70,000. If you make 100,000, put 100,000. Do not overinflate this number again, okay? Do not be weird. Do not be weird. If you make 50,000, make 50,000, okay? And then last thing with non-taxable income. This is optional. I normally don't put stuff on here, but if you want to put like alimony, child support, any of that information right here, you really can. And then you just move forward from there, all right? And you can put, if you make $80,000 this year, you can put 80,000, okay? So then when you have all of this information filled out, this is how you're going to fill this out as a sole proprietor, okay? Make sure you read the terms and conditions, 0 APR for the first 12 months, and then you're going to click to see if you were approved. Obviously, I'm not going to click that because I'm not a sole proprietor, all right? But this is a way on how you can get $10,000 as a sole proprietor, not having an LLC, not technically having a business, all right? Again, I do not expect for you to stay as a sole proprietor for long. You do need to upgrade. Everybody needs to upgrade after a while and do it responsibly, especially for tax purposes. Also, guys, again, if you're having issues and you know for sure that you're not going to get approved for any of this right here because of your credit, then what I want you to do is sign up and click the link below to sign up for my HowToCredit Start program. And in this program, I'm going to actively remove all the negatives off your credit profile, get your credit profile in order so you can get approved for that American Express credit card for $10,000 with no issues, whether you're an LLC, S corporation, or a sole proprietorship. It all starts with your foundation. So fix your foundation, and then we're going to fix everything from there, all right? I'm telling you, once that is fixed, everything after that is child's play. It's easy for you after that. Then you're not going to get 10,000. You're going to get 20, 50, 75, $150,000, 250. Doesn't that sound good to you? Think how much you will be able to scale just by fixing your credit. So what I need you to do, again, click the link below so we can get you this American Express business credit card in the future. I want to thank you guys for stopping by. I really hope that this helps you guys, especially the step-by-step, so at least you know how to fill it out as a sole proprietorship so it can be way easier for you. Again, I want to thank you guys for stopping by, and until next time, ladies and gentlemen.